Happy 1,500 subscribers to me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for 1,500 subscribers. I feel like this is a milestone I had to celebrate. So today we're going to make a chocolate cake while we talk through my progress. The recipe is linked below down in the description, so feel free to make it alongside with me. But first things first, let's just get into it. I hit 1k subscribers last September, and since then my journey on YouTube has been a rocky one. I'm so thankful that I'm at this stage, thanks to God and thanks to you guys, that I have made it here. Because the amount of times where YouTube has really been a struggle, I cannot explain to you. Because I feel like until you become a content creator, you don't understand how hard it is until you have to do it. Like, it's one of those things, you see people make TikToks and do the silly dances and you kind of think, oh yeah, that's easy, I could do that. But until you actually put yourself to the challenge and say, oh, today I'm actually going to try and create content, you will never understand how time consuming and demoralizing it is to make content. So the fact that I have stuck this out for over 2 years now, and I have some numbers to kind of show myself sort of like it wasn't for nothing, you know, like you actually did achieve something with it. That's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of sticking it out when so many people start and stop, and I'm proud of the numbers. I know we're going to talk about numbers because that's a whole nother topic, because numbers on social media are a whole mind game. I think in a way creating content is worse when you have followers and when you have subscribers. And I'm going to use my Instagram as the example, because this is a celebration for YouTube, but this is also a celebration for Instagram, because I am so close to hitting 2,500 on my Instagram. And that's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy to me, because I never in a million years thought my biggest platform would be Instagram. I've always pushed my YouTube. My Instagram has been a means of pushing my YouTube. And now suddenly I'm bigger on Instagram than I am on YouTube, which is amazing. And I'm so grateful. But it's so scary knowing that so many people are seeing what you're making, if that makes any sense at all. Like, when no one knew, when no one in my life knew I made content, when no one in my school knew, when none of my family or friends knew, there was no pressure because no one was watching you. There is that unspoken pressure that I feel now that I'm bigger, to continue growing, to keep hitting those numbers. Like, one of my videos on Instagram has 500,000 views, and of course I was so happy, but then I was also like, oh my God, now I have to maintain it, you know, because then it's like, once you've hit that milestone, then you kind of feel a bit crap when your video goes back to getting 200 views. And then it kind of skews your perception on your success, because I started measuring my views as a means of how good my content is. But then it's like, you have to create because you want to create, not because of the views. And I know there's that whole thing, like, you need to create content that people want to watch. But if you're creating content that doesn't feel genuine to who you are, then are you going to be happy if people do watch it? Like, there've been a couple times I've made reels and I've clipped it, or I've made shorts for YouTube and I've clipped it, and then I've been like, wait, but that's not even who I am, and that's not even what my channel is about, and that's not even true to my character. Like, I've used an audio, or I've found something funny and clipped it and been like, oh yeah, let me put this in, and I'm like, wait, no, because that's not me. And I think it can be hard when you grow to find the balance between staying true to who you are and producing content that you know will get you numbers. For example, my channel, I know that if I create a video about study advice or med school or the UCAT, it will get views. I know it will, but I still am choosing to put out the content that I want to create, because at the end of the day, it's my channel, and if you don't like it, you can leave. I think that's where I'm trying to find my balance, because I'm like, do I create content that I know will be pushed by the algorithm and will get me more subscribers and will get me more followers, or do I create content that I want to create? And that's where my movement onto other platforms like TikTok and Instagram has been a real shift in my perception of content creation, because on YouTube, you gather much more of a community. Like on YouTube, you guys are my family, you guys are my friends. And same for people who are on my memberships. I just come on, I just vlog, I just show you my day. I don't even feel the type of way. I do it with such ease. And if you don't have my memberships already, what are you waiting for? And you get daily mini vlogs from me every single day. So it's a win-win. But shameless plug there. But when I go onto Instagram, when I go onto TikTok, people are so, like, the attention span on Instagram and TikTok is humbling. My videos that will get over 500,000 views, people watch it for an average of 7 seconds. It's crazy how quick content has to be. And I feel like it's so much harder when content is quick, because you don't get to actually see the creator. You don't actually get to understand the creator, because they're trying to fit their entire personality into a 7-second clip. And that can be really disingenuous, and it can make you feel like you have to be overly funny or overly confident or overly loud just for people to pay attention to you for 5 seconds and continue scrolling and hope that maybe they'll like it, maybe they'll share it, maybe they'll subscribe to you, maybe they'll give you a follow. You know, it's so demoralizing. And I'm really trying not to get caught up in the trap of I need to just create. And that is where I'm having to balance, if that makes sense. Like, of course, I am so incredibly happy that I have grown. I'm so incredibly happy for all the support, all the new people who have found me. I know a lot of people found me through Instagram, but those who've come from TikTok as well, those who just found me from YouTube organically, who my thumbnail just popped up and you decided to click and watch. Like, I do appreciate and value every single person who supported me on this journey, because one thing as well is that the rise can be as quick as the fall. I've grown on Instagram and I've grown on YouTube, but I know as quickly as I've gained all these people supporting me, I can lose them just as quickly. I went on Instagram and I was on a certain amount of followers, and I literally went to go watch some reels and then went back to my homepage and I lost 3 followers. And that is one of the reasons why I'm trying not to watch the numbers too much, because I know if I hyperfixate on the numbers, I'll just stop posting. I'll just get so incredibly in my head about every decision and every post I make, and it will make me fall out of love with creating. So we have whisked the cake mix, so we are ready to go in. What should I talk about next? Let me talk about, actually, real quick, let's just talk about when people in real life find your content online. Because I'll be honest with you, when I had no followers, it was kind of like, oh, it's fine, because no one's going to find my content. When you start to grow, then it's scary, because people are going to come to your page and then they're going to judge you, and then they're going to watch your videos, and then people are going to hear you yapping, and then it's like, we don't know each other like that for you to hear me yapping. You know what I mean? Like, when people from school or like family members, I mean, I love the support, and if you support me, it's fine. I'm not talking about people who support you here. I'm talking about people who come to your page when they know you're creating content, don't engage, don't like, don't share, don't follow, don't comment, don't nothing, and just come to watch and judge you. That's what I don't like, and that's what's scary. Because, like, when people support you, it's wonderful and it's lovely, and I appreciate it so much. Like, all my friends from secondary, from sixth form, who still watch my videos, I love you guys. I see you and I appreciate you and I thank you, because you don't have to. Do you know what I mean? There's no obligation. It's out of the kindness of your heart. You're choosing to support me, and I appreciate that so much. But what I don't like about social media is the people who just watch you but won't say anything. They just watch. That's what I don't like. I did a post and I said, for everyone plotting on my downfall, I see you. And I meant it in a jokey way, because I know truthfully no one can plot on my downfall and win, because God is with me. We've already established this. I already passed my exams by 1 mark. There's really nothing anyone can throw at me. But that being said, I am aware that people just watch my content but will never say that they watch my content, will never engage with my content, will never support my content. And it's just a bit weird to me. It's just a bit strange to me. Like, you see someone doing something and you don't support it. If someone's in my life and they're doing something and I'm in a position to support them, I will support them. And I don't mean support like buying my membership. I mean support like pressing the like button. But clearly that's so crazy for people to like a 7-second reel posted by someone who supposedly is one of their friends. This sounds really aimed. I promise it's not. I'm just very cautious that people are, don't want to use the term like monitoring spirits, but I'm just very cautious that not everyone who sees my content sees it for the right reasons. People see my content for reasons to tease me, bully me, wind me up about it, mock me about it. And that is the downside, I'd say. Because it's just unfortunate when you want people to support you doing a thing that's actually quite scary and hard, and a thing that not many people have the confidence to do. And me doing YouTube, I've said so many times, is to push myself out of my comfort zone, because I'm such an introvert and I'm so scared. And so me putting myself out on social media is for me to grow in confidence, for me to become more comfortable with speaking, with talking to a camera, and with interacting with different people that I would never otherwise have had the opportunity to meet. And so when people kind of are negative about it, shall I say, it's a bit disheartening. But then there is always that thing, like, you will have one negative comment and 100 good comments, and you'll remember the negative comment. And I think if you have that mindset when you're on social media, you'll be depressed, because someone will say something and it will tear your whole world apart, and you'll be like, oh my god, is that what people think about my content? Is that what people think when they see me posting? But then it's like, at the end of the day, if people are looking at your content, they're looking at your content. They're on your page, they're on your channel. They're obsessed with you. And quite frankly, the level of obsession to which people have gone to be obsessed with me deserves a whole story time. And it has got a whole story time. Links coming up on the screen. My cake is all ready to go in the oven, but I just want to say one thing with content creation is that if anyone's watching this and they're an aspiring content creator or beginner YouTuber, you can't use other people's validation and other people's merit to determine how dedicated you're going to be. Otherwise, you will give up. You have to be your own cheerleader, and you have to be your own support system. And this is general life advice too, because no one else is going to do it for you. If you don't like your content, if you don't support yourself, you can't expect other people and other creators to support you. So one thing I will say is don't actually care about what anyone says about the fact that you're creating content, because they're not creating content. No one creating content will judge you for creating content. And if they're not creating content, they don't really matter. So that is my words of wisdom. As long as you know that you're doing things for the right reason and your heart is in the right place and you're being yourself, then the numbers will follow. And it might take time, it might take years. It's so funny when people see me and they're like, oh my god, you have X amount of followers, you have X amount of subscribers. And it's like, you don't know how many hours I spent editing and streaming and vlogging and deleting and trimming and cutting and splicing and pipping and adding in this audio and taking out the audio. And it's so incredibly demanding, but it's so incredibly rewarding if you find reward in the satisfaction of creating. If you find reward in people's opinions of your creating, you'll be downhearted. But if you're happy within yourself about what you're putting out into the world, then that's really all that matters. And I suppose it's easy to say now that I have followers, but then even then, on the grand scale of things, I'm still basically on zero. I still am a small creator, an incredibly small creator. I'm a mini creator. Small is too big of a word for me, but it's about the fact that I keep pushing and I keep persevering. So, I'm gonna bake this cake and I'll show you guys once it's done. Hey guys, cake is all done. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's very light and quite like soft and fluffy, so we love when we bake and it turns out lovely. But I am just going to light my candle and celebrate 1,500 subscribers on YouTube and 2,500 followers on Instagram. TikTok is dreadful, but we move, you know, a win is a win, and I'm so happy, I'm so grateful. I'm thankful to God for being there with me through it all, and I'm thankful to you guys for all your support and encouragement, because I wouldn't be here without you. So let us light the candle. Ooh. This is so cute. Happy 1,500 subscribers to me. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share and subscribe, and you'll see me very soon with some more videos.